Okay, now that we have our rocket basically on its properly placed over itself, make sure that everything is within the box collider. That's really good. I'm gonna go ahead and start actually animating the actual rocket. So for the first part, we can go ahead and just animate the arms for now to keep things simple. First thing we gotta do is to go ahead and create our animation folder if we don't already have it yet. So animation. This, so we can go ahead and place all of our animations in this folder here. And we can go ahead and next, since we're going to be animating these two, we can go ahead and group that together. So I'm going to go ahead and create empty. We'll name these arms for now, and make sure that only pretty much almost has nothing here. All it has is the transform attribute. Go ahead and put that there, and make sure that these two are actually nested inside these arms here. And after you've done all that, we can go ahead and create our animator for our arms. So you can go ahead here in your animation tab. If you don't have that already, you can go ahead and go to window, animation, and click create here, and we'll name that arm animation for now. Okay, now we have that. You should have all the stuff here. You can go if you want to record a change to your animation. Make sure that this record button here is turned on, and we can use the timeline here to scrub through our animation. So for first, let's go ahead and use the arms. Make sure, and we'll start. Make sure we're in the beginning. We'll start the arms kind of like this, something like that. I'm only going to be adjusting these two. So yeah, and let's say we put this somewhere here, and we change both of them so that this is, you can, pretty sure you can. Okay, go ahead and turn this like this. And the hand too, just gonna turn it like that. Well, whoops. Make it so the arm is right here. Let's go ahead and look at that. So yeah, that's pretty much the very basics of animating in Unity. Well, there are probably better ways to do it. I don't know if you can use an external application to do it, but for now, this should be good because we're cheap asses and we can't afford any better. Keep adjusting your animation. Make sure that so that it looks good. Stop doing that. Here, and then maybe just add just until you make sure that it looks the way you want it to look. Maybe I want it so that this is, oops, I want it so that our arm here is a little bit more like that, maybe slightly detached. Stop that. And in here you want this slightly detached too, so that maybe move this here, and so yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and try playing it here. So I'm gonna quickly stop recording here. So yeah, as you can see, it's kind of fast, so we're pretty sure we can edit the if we edit the samples here. Let's try 30 here. Should be able to make it a little bit slower. So if the higher the samples is, the faster it's gonna go, and the more samples I'm gonna use, I'm gonna go. I don't really like that for some reason. And once you got that, we can also edit the if you click on the curves here, we can also edit how the actual curves of whatever you're chosen looks like. So say I want the hand here for its curve to be a bit more, edit the curves a bit better. So So, if you click on one of the nodes here, you can go ahead and make it so that it's, if you want to edit it, let's try putting it so that it's broken, and you can go ahead and edit the control point here, so that if you wanted to make it a smoother yeah, if you want to edit the nodes here, you can go ahead and do that. I don't really like that again. I don't really like how that happens actually, so I'm gonna go ahead and make that back into auto. And we kind of want to edit it so that this red one is maybe make it so that it looks something like this. Oops. Hey, never mind, I don't really want to do that anyway. But yeah, you can do this if you want, just at if you want your animation to be a bit smoother, or you want to edit it, it's you want to be a bit more finicky about it, you can go ahead and, yeah. Or what you can do is just add more keyframes in the middle here if you want to be a bit more stingy about how it looks. So after that, if you're finished with it, yeah, you can go ahead and play that again. See how it kind of zips back up to the very beginning. Say we want to make it so that our animation kind of loops back and forth really smoothly. So let's do that by, you can go ahead and copy these first few frames here, and go ahead and, let's say we can paste this here, and basically what we're doing here is just making it so that it's the opposite of, it's like the mirror version of the previous animation. Make sure that the frames here are the same space in between. So this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And same thing. Just make sure that those two are pretty much the same. So if you play this, it'll look like a robot is animated pretty well. So yeah, we're pretty much finished animating our arm. Let's go ahead and see if it runs. There you go. So yeah, that's pretty much the easiest, one of the basic, pretty much the simplest way to animate in Unity. Depending on how complex your character is, it's probably going to be a bit more, it can be easy or difficult depending on how many parts there is or what kinds of animation you're doing.